beautiful pioneering spirits. I want to talk about letting go today. I want to talk about what still keeps us from moving on, what still makes us hold on, what are these patterns that we still don't recognize, that we still haven't recognized, because it feels like too many of us that we get guidance from the higher realms within the, realms of illuminated truth, so to say, to speak in general terms. We kind of have this feeling that whatever kind of baggage we will still take when we cross the threshold that we're moving on to, the 0 point, what are there's still this baggage that doesn't allow us to fully connect and live the lives that are congruent with our soul, that we will still carry with us. And honoring that and feeling connected to this and really speaking about this, which is the most important thing this year. I wrote this writing with that I'll read to all of you right now. I put it today on Facebook. Dear family of light, is there anything in your life that still holds you back from truly being you? Is there anything that is still not congruent with your soul? Because whenever we feel stressed and anxious over something or there is worry present, not everything in our life is completely aligned with our highest potential. Whatever still keeps us from raising our vibration and from experiencing the full freedom and expansion is not within our highest purpose. Sometimes we're afraid to let go of some things that are so familiar to us. And yet, when we decide to choose the path of the self, with a capital S, we are asked to do exactly this by our loving guide, which is our soul. Sometimes we feel we might be happy, but we mistake true happiness for a feeling of familiarity and comfort. In this era when Saturn transits from Libra into Scorpio, which is exactly today, the 5th of October, for the next 2 years, all of the hidden shall become known once again, and this process shall occur from within to without. Each and every one of us is a part of this process. This is where our deepest soul desires are, within. Deep within us, there is this passion flame, which is our source essence, and this part of us always knows what is for our highest good and brings us nothing but joy and bliss. When we are not afraid to listen to this passion flame, our whole life can turn upside down, but in a good way. We should trust that this process shall unfold naturally once we decide to take the conscious steps that will lead us into that direction. Also, know that nothing happens overnight, as all seeds planted in the fields of the divine need time to mature and grow. But once you decide for yourself, for the path of your soul, the whole of creation within all that is shall conspire with you and lead you towards that direction, as you are being called back home. And as I said, whenever we are not still fully home, which is in our hearts, we will feel certain aspects within our lives that will not be within the fullness, within completion, that will make us feel lower emotions, that will make us feel more drawn into the density realms. Because what we're doing now, like I've said so many times in so many of my videos, but to all those of you who are new, maybe I might repeat that. What we're doing this year, basically, we're decluttering from all that is just not aligned with our true soul. And a lot of the people are still, in a way, their souls are suffering. Not the soul that it suffers, but it's like repetitively sending you messages of what still needs to be cleared in order for you to embrace the life of your soul that you have chosen before coming here. And now is the time to really be aligned with that. Now is the time to support these decisions made on a soul level. So a lot of the people, what they're experiencing now is either, a lot of people, even when they write to me, they experience either a divorce, some of them even losing their homes. I've just had this example shared with me yesterday, and some people really don't know what to do because they say they ran out of all options. Well, basically, what happens in the basic, how do you call it? But your highest initiation in spirit will always be connected with letting go of everything. That is, in a way, a pact you made with yourself, that how you will actually get rid of everything that is unimportant, because there might be someone who has money and someone else also has money, but their relationship towards money is different. Someone might be attached to it while the other person is not, and the other one feels it as a sacred experience and energy exchange, and the other will believe that that's their source, that provides them the income that they basically can live and support themselves, which is not true. Money does not support you, but the energy of source supports you. So it really is a way of redirecting back that energy within the realms of truth, what truly is our true nature and what truly does support us. So a lot of the people are experiencing things like that. And when letting go of everything, I mean basically everything, a lot of us are truly starting to feel who we truly are. A lot of the people are going through relationship change. And of course, divorce, especially when there's children involved, is not easy for anyone. But remember, you've chosen this on a soul level, and you've chosen this. It's not like it's a test for you, but it's, in this physical life, we all need basic triggers that will trigger that, which is our strength, our inner courage, our devotion to the path of spirit. And a lot of the souls before coming here, they have decided that they will choose a life that is fully aligned with their souls, because a lot of souls here have not yet awakened and they keep repeating the karmic wheel over and over again. And a lot of the souls come here as teachers, basically guides, to show others that there's also other options so that they can better and faster remember that they have chosen this on a soul level as well. So my question is, for all those who are experiencing these losses or job transition, career transitions, because the path of the soul is the path of your purpose. And purpose is not just what you do, purpose is who you are. You are your purpose. For me, someone just mentioned recently that it shows in my videos that also my inner child loves to do this. And it's true, it does, because I don't consider this what I do as work, although I do so many things. A lot of the days I just sit behind a computer and because I love it, because it brings me joy. And as long as I love it and brings me joy, I'm content and I feel really blessed to be doing this. But when there's something that is not aligned, either if there's too many emails, if there's too many of something that just, feels kind of cluttered, I know I need to find my balance again. And we need to keep doing that over and over and over again until the complete balance is achieved. So what are these aspects that might still hold some of the people back, and why? Because a lot of the souls have, in spite of their deepest connections to the source that we all have, some souls feel it deeper than others in this body. Some have to remember more, because it's all about the divine remembrance. The more you remember, the easiest these flow and the changes will be done by you. And the easiest your transition will be. Because when you truly remember, that means feeling yourself as this beautiful divine being that can provide for yourself, and that everything will come your way, that you have complete source trust. That is when you're fearless. You're like Archangel Ariel, when you always see her with lions. You become the lion and the lioness embodied. You basically become a fully empowered, self-responsible, conscious co-creator being, which is what I've been mentioning throughout all the seasons of my videos, fall, summer, spring, autumn, everything, winter. So anyway, the thing is, you should ask yourself, if you're one of those who's struggling, who still feels a certain anxiety, pressure, stress in your life, whenever there's still those feelings, remember, you're still not fully aligned with your soul. And as long as you're honest with yourself about this, it's good. Because when you're not honest, you just keep pushing those decisions and giving your power away and waiting for someone else to do something, for the conditions to be perfect for you to make a change or transition, especially relationship change, because people grow so used to something. And like I've said, you confuse happiness for stability, and especially financial stability and security. I've just seen recently this post that it was in a video, that the old paradigm was, women were seeking for men to be like their providers, their caretakers, and that they need to be like, they were seeking their fathers through their men, and men were seeking mothers through women, someone to nurture them. And basically this needs to end. And how do we end this? We each become brand new. That means perfectly balanced inner being. So within, so without. We match this in full resonance and in living that truth of being our own source, our own vortex. So like I said, be honest with yourself. If there's still something, why is it holding you back? What is holding you back from truly letting go if you are on a spiritual path and you believe and trust in your source and you fully feel it? So what could there be still holding you back? And the answer will always be the same: that which is not me, that which is not you. Because that which is not you will keep you entrapped in a false feeling and belief of who you are, although you're not. You are not someone who worries whether you get a divorce from, for example, from your husband, or you get separated from your partner, or you make a job transition. You are not the person who will be dependent and attached to those outer circumstances to support your life fully, because your purpose serves you. Your purpose fully supports you, like you support your purpose. It's all one. So basically, what is there in your life that still keeps you there, that still keeps you in non-full alignment, that still prevents you from moving on and wait for someone else to do or say something so you can maybe move on one day? What makes you wait? Basically, when you really go deep enough, you will see that there's nothing. Only you can get to self-sabotage yourself in such a way. And whenever you wait for the external conditions to change or something else to shift, or for instance, to have advice from someone else, like a lot of people write me for advice, come to me for advice. Why wait when everything is already here? Who keeps you from it? Is it the situation? I mean, if you fully believe that, how come you truly are then on the Ascension path? Because the Ascension path means fully surrendering to your Creator, to your I Am Presence, surrendering to becoming and embodying your soul fully. And you think that might include many difficult things. Yeah, in a physical sense, we might have certain obstacles, but obstacles are not something that is in a way fated. It's something to be overcome by many different ways. You can go around the hill, you can go, climb very fastly right back, right to the top. You might even decide not to go. It depends on how you feel through your soul. But obstacle is not something that would be fated, or that you would see as something that you would see it something that determines your life. Because there is no external force, there is only you. And I've been writing about this, I think, the entire week. There is no external force. A lot of the people still believe that there's something there that prevents us from moving forward. In the mind, they believe that we are the co-creators, but they still don't fully embody that. So I ask you once again, what is it that fully prevents you? If you really believe in the spiritual path and that you are a spirit being in this body, so what prevents you? Is there anything when you look deep enough? Only you can claim this happiness, only you can really feel. But first you got to be radically honest with yourself. That means really looking at all the areas in your life where you're still discontent, where there's still feelings of unhappiness. And really, when there's people around you that are not your divine match or equal, you cannot wait for them to change. If they have not changed for 2 years or more or whatever, you still keep hoping and hoping. You know what? You have changed so much in between that the natural cycles of life will create for this separation to occur naturally, which is what's happening now on the planet. There's people who are still residing in the ways of thinking in limited ways and linear terms and time references, and everything is so linear and determined and fated. And there's people also who are waking up to their hearts, who know that the heart is the center. The fifth dimensional awareness that is of the heart nature is the source of everything, of all life that you create for yourself, of all the abundance that you create. Sometimes that will mean, of course, for you to drop away some of the, commodities, some of the things that you might have liked before. Like, for instance, a lot of the people, especially I see it in women, I know a few such examples here, and they love the commodity of financial stability, and they like to buy beautiful things and so on. And the path of the soul, the soul doesn't want that. The personality might want this, but the soul just wants freedom. And freedom for each individual is different. But for a lot of these people, they will need to let go of something so radical, which maybe they were so used to before, and that's going to be so radical now that basically will challenge them to the core. Especially those who are most attached, they will be mostly challenged. Because the more attached you are, the harder the lesson, the harder the experience. It will feel like, mind-numbing. It doesn't have to be painful. It can be very easy, very smooth once you decide for your soul. So instead of asking for answers and advice externally, or hoping that other people will provide you with this happiness and bliss and creativity, decide to start communicating with your soul. Ask your soul, what do you want me to do? Guide my steps, each and every step, guide me. Soul, what still keeps me from moving into the realms of you? What still keeps me there? What still keeps me in the old? Why can I not let go of some of the things that are so familiar to me? Maybe, my life will change. Maybe I won't have so many commodities and so many things that bring me comfort and, physical pleasure right now, but I will have so much more. I'll have the gift of the heart and living in full faith and freedom. Wow, isn't that something ravishing, right? And this, we will have to decide. I have a feeling that by the end of the year, the first cycle of pioneering spirits, they get to decide what they still take through that threshold. And the huge portal of 2012, and it's just how it is. No one gets left behind. But right now, for the first waivers, we got to make these conscious decisions through our soul. So either we're choosing love or fear, and personality or soul. We're choosing. A lot of the people who still have, certain insecurities about some levels, they are really easy to let go of something, but something that seems very familiar, they won't be letting go of. Because they think that once they do, there's nothing left there behind the border. They think that there's just this empty space and they will have nothing to create there. But how come if everything is within you, you have everything. You're divine, you're perfect. You are the source of all creativity that doesn't come from outside of you. So what if you lost a job? You create one. It's not even a job, it's your purpose. That's a major difference here. Anyway, the thing is, a lot of the people, because they don't see the unknown, we have that basic fear, which is our first chakra fear, which needs to be overcome when your descent of the I am presence is occurring in your body. That means when your I am presence will make that full contact with your earthly consciousness and transmute your whole body system and make it transparent through the light of your source, there'll be no more room for any of these root fears anymore. That's why you have to be radically honest, radically ready to let it all go, because the moment that your highest aspect will start really dropping in and anchoring firm roots in the earth through your source consciousness in this physical vessel, there'll be no more room for anything of that lower. No more room for that, oh, but I won't be able to buy so many shoes then. Or, oh, maybe I just won't be able to go there. I don't know, maybe you will. It's not about that, but it's about your fear of not having that. So really ask yourself, what is there that still prevents me from fully living and embodying my soul that knows everything and will always guide me towards the right direction for my highest good and benefit, not just for myself, but for others around me, for the global, for the galactic, for the universal, for the multiversal. Once you tap into that source consciousness, everything. This is not just a mumbo jumbo, upliftment video that makes you think positive, think positive. It's the random, not random, how do you call it? It's the most radical change once you really realize the source truth and the nature of your being. Because you don't just have to know it in the mind, you have to really feel it through all of your body. You just say yes, yes to life, to you, to yourself. So it's not a motivational video I'm recording. I'm really speaking about the divine truth of who you are. And the moment you remember, you will bring it into your life. You'll be so blessed. You'll be so happy that you were willing and that you were ready to let it go, because that was not you. It was not serving you. Because a lot of the people have not even remembered who they fully are. They're making certain conscious steps in the right direction. They feel glimpses of who they truly are. But once you really just radically cut the cords to everything that ties you to the physical density, it's not that you're vanishing or vibrating somewhere away. It's that you're becoming your fullness here, also in the body, but in a totally different way. And that is why we came here, anyway. And to be that, to show that, and that it is possible once you remember your source truth, your divine origin. It is that simple. It can be that simple. Like I say, it doesn't have to be difficult. But you decide. It's up to you. Each and every one of you, my beautiful Essential Pioneers. Again, I would like to thank each and every one of you watching, commenting, sending me videos right now. There's a lot of videos that I receive, and I'm really grateful. The community is spreading, and there's so much love around us and within us, of course. That's where it all flows from anyway. Take care, have a beautiful weekend, and watch my light activation on anchoring your new life and blueprints. That will be very much aligned with what I was saying right now. So stay connected. Love you. Love you lots. Bye.